Welcome to Bloom 411, your space for high-value woman content.
What I eat in a day is somebody who's lost 25 kgs, loves carbs, and feeling good and refuses to eat boring foods. I was feeling like a little McDonald's treaty this morning, but this sweetie's protein goals were calling louder than the drive-thru speaker, so I made these McMuffin fakeaways instead. When I first started my weight loss journey, I thought that the secret to success was to eat like a rabbit on a diet of lettuce and tears. This plan took longer than waiting for my Wi-Fi to reconnect. The foods that you see on the screen have all been adapted to be lower in calories and higher in protein, so I can make this waist thinner and booty fatter while enjoying the process. I know it sounds too good to be true, but it's all about having a proper plan and actually enjoying the process. And if you don't believe me, join my online coaching where I promise to sprinkle some fun and delicious food into your fitness journey.
It has been 7 months since I lost like 30 pounds, and here's what I eat in a day to maintain it. I do not play about breakfast. I go for turkey bacon, liquid eggs, and 1 Trader Joe's hash brown. Now, I'm either a genius or really late to the party, but if you freeze Fairlife protein shakes and blend it with some cold brew, it's like a protein frappuccino. This drink alone is like 25 grams of protein, so this breakfast will take you far. When I want something light, I go for my protein non-fat Greek yogurt, protein granola, and raspberries. I go to lunch has been these Just Bare crispy chicken fillets and fries. Yes, you can lose weight and maintain weight loss by eating fries. I make a few swaps and it's like having macro-friendly Chick-fil-A at home. For dinner, I love good protein pasta. I found this light Alfredo sauce with only 25 calories and 1 gram of fat per serving. I also learned how to make salmon sashimi and nigiri at home with Trader Joe's salmon, so this has also been a really common lunch or dinner for me lately. Tons of protein and healthy fats, and it's even more fun if you buy a torch.
What I eat today on a 1,500 calorie deficit? Your girl trying to lose 20 pounds by December 31st. Of course, I started my morning off with an apple cider vinegar shot with some lemon juice. I did some tea as well. I skipped breakfast today because I was not that hungry, but I did make lunch, which was a salad with some grilled chicken and some miso sauce with avocado. I had some watermelon for my snack and a poppy. Y'all, that poppy was so good. And of course, I had dinner, y'all. I did cauliflower rice again with broccoli and salmon. I did 2 pieces of salmon since I didn't eat breakfast this morning. I was low on my protein. And then for my snack, I decided to do some almonds with some corn puffs, y'all. Those corn puffs are absolutely bomb. And that was everything I had for today.
I've lost over 40 pounds. Let me show you guys what I eat in a day. I always start my morning with bloom greens. It supports my gut health and tastes amazing. When I came back from the gym, I made my high protein healthy pancakes for breakfast. I use skyr, wholemeal flour, eggs, and a little bit of baking powder. They always come out so fluffy, and I serve them with homemade applesauce, and that was my breakfast for the day, which I enjoyed. A few hours later, it was time for some lunch, and I decided to have some tuna cucumber bowls. I mixed the tuna with a little bit of light mayo, and I always make sure that my lunch is high protein and low carb. Had to top it up with a little bit of sriracha mayo, some sesame seeds, and my lunch was perfect. For dinner, I prepared some salmon for me and my fiance. The main ingredients for the marinade was some soy sauce, oil, honey, ginger, garlic, and then I put it in the oven. Unlike my fiance, I have some bulgur instead of rice, some broccoli, of course, and once again, some sesame seeds and a little bit of green onions. And guys, this was so good. You do not have to starve yourself to lose weight. And for my sweet treat today, I have some Greek yogurt, a little bit of high protein granola, berries, pomegranate, and that's it for the day. Let me know if you want to see more of these. Bye, guys.
What I eat in a day as someone who's prioritizing fat loss. I gotta be honest, it's really basic, but here's what I eat. I start out with a bowl of oatmeal and I throw some blueberries on top of that with a drizzle of honey, and then I eat 3 eggs with 1 yolk only, and sometimes I switch up how I make my eggs depending on my mood. I head to the gym after that. I no longer work out fasted, and then after that I have a protein shake with almond milk because I'm lactose intolerant and I've decided to stop fighting it because normally I just pretend like I'm not, and I have a scoop of almond butter. My next meal is sweet potato, chicken, and broccoli, but you can switch to broccoli for whatever your favorite vegetable is. I'm also prioritizing getting at least 11,000 steps a day, and for meal number 4 I have 3 rice cakes with chicken and avocado. Meal number 5 looks almost identical to meal number 3, except I have 93.7 ground beef instead. And it looks unseasoned, but I promise it's not. These are the 3 things that I'm using, but this chupacabra rub is so good. I put it on literally everything. I'm also trying not to drink my calories. I like this little drink because there's no artificial sweetener in it and it just tastes really good, but that's what I'm eating, you guys. All right.
This is what I eat in a day to lose fat and go from this all the way to this in just a few months. Starting off the day right with some Greek yogurt with honey, strawberries, and of course some dark chocolate. And I also had a cup of coffee with almond milk because it's less calories. I spoiled myself and had a fillet steak for lunch today with a coconut and an apple for the fiber. I have a massive sweet tooth, so definitely some dark chocolate for dessert. I've been loving these recently. It's a lettuce taco bowl. They are delicious and so good for macros. And of course we have dessert. It sounds a bit funny, but it's honestly such a game changer, and that is everything I ate in a day.
What I eat in a day, 260 pounds down. I started with my hyperfixation breakfast, which is turkey sausage, this sweet potato hash. I topped it with some cottage cheese, honey, and red pepper flakes, and this is so good, y'all. Then I had that with a Gatorade Zero, and then for lunch I had leftovers of a creamy chicken tortilla soup. I just added all my toppings. I did use bone broth when I made my soup, so it has hella protein in this soup, and it was so good. It was the best leftovers, y'all. And then I went ahead and made a little snack, which was a protein coffee. I'm trying to get more protein in, so I did just go ahead. I used the Core Power 42-gram protein shake, added almost all of that bottle, and then I added a little bit of cold brew on top. I did add too much to the cup, so I just drunk it down so I can add in my cold foam. I used this oat milk cold foam, add that on top, and it was so good, y'all. Then I went ahead and cooked dinner. For dinner, I crisped up some wings in the oven, and then I went ahead and added some sauce. I made these sweet and spicy jalapeno wings with some vegetable lo mein, and I had that with some edamame. I will be sharing that recipe, but this was my full day of eating.
Here's what a day of eating should look like for you if your goal is fat loss, weight loss, and if you didn't know, I'm your sister coach to Fit and Finest. I lost 100 plus pounds naturally. I've been able to maintain that weight loss over the last 8+ years. I own a women's only gym here in Houston, Texas, and I teach other women to do the exact same. So I'm gonna show you what a day of eating should look like if your goal is fat loss and weight loss. And when I say weight loss, about 8 to 10 pounds a month, and get it down this year, okay? Tap all the way in. Starting off strong with breakfast, sis, because you should be eating breakfast. For one, that intermittent fasting shit is dead. It is not long-term, it's not sustainable, and you are slowing that metabolism down. So get to eating that breakfast, okay? So we're looking at, if you are at home, I would have 2 egg whites, which is about 6 tablespoons. I would have 2 slices of uncured turkey bacon, which gives you about 6 grams of protein each. And I would have 1 to 2 slices of keto toast, depending on your goals. This is if you're at home and you have time to cook breakfast every morning. Now, if you're on the go and you need a quick breakfast and you are looking for something to pop in the microwave, you can pretty much do this same breakfast, but we're gonna make it for the whole week. We're gonna make it for 5 days. So those same 2 slices of uncured turkey bacon, right? We're gonna have 1 egg white because it's gonna fit on the English muffin or the keto toast. You wrap that up in foil or parchment paper, throw it in the refrigerator, and microwave in the morning for about 1 minute to 1.5 minutes, and you're good to go. This gets you a good 20 to 30 grams of protein at the top of the morning, okay? So that's breakfast. Within 2 hours of breakfast, because we're working on metabolism and making sure you're getting that metabolism right for fat loss, right? I like to have Greek yogurt, okay? Within 2 hours of breakfast. So if I have breakfast at 8, at 10 o'clock, I'm gonna have Greek yogurt, okay? I like the ratio Greek yogurt because it's 25 grams of protein. Ditch the honey and all that granola shit, because all that's doing is giving you hella more carbs and hella more calories that you can't afford and you can use towards other meals in a day, right? If I want flavor in my Greek yogurt, I go for berries. Berries are so good for your gut health. So many health benefits to berries. So if you need some flavor in that Greek yogurt, go for berries. And then within 2 hours of our mid-morning snack, we're going for lunch. I like to do 6 ounces of chicken breast and or chicken thigh, 1 cup of potatoes or 1/4 cup of rice, and I like to do 1 cup of veggies. So it looks like this. Real simple, straight to the point, hella hot sauce. And remember, this is, if you're trying to get this fat down and its weight down now, like, you can play with the foods all you want, but it's gonna be harder to stick with it. This shit right here, the simple shit is what works, okay? So that's what I like to have for lunch. Okay, and within 2 hours of lunch, the stomach starts boiling again. I'm gonna have either a tuna fish packet, a Bear Bells protein bar. I'll have either a bag of Quest protein chips. All of these things are super high in protein. The Bear Bells protein bar has 20 grams of protein. The Quest protein chips has 19 grams of protein. The tuna packet has 18 grams of protein. Like, you see where I'm going with this? Like, get your protein up. You're gonna stay fuller longer. You're gonna be more satisfied. And you're not gonna rack up on the carbs and calories like you usually do, right? And then for dinner, we can have a little fun, right? We're gonna have some tacos. We all love tacos, right? So for tacos, I like to grab 2 either Mission's low carb tortillas, the keto version, or the extreme brand because it has lots of fiber, right? You get 2 of those, okay? I want you to put 3 ounces of either chicken, ground beef, ground chicken, or ground turkey in each shell. That gets you 6 ounces of protein right there, 30 grams. Add your pico, add your salsa, add your lettuce, whatever you like. Ditch the sour cream, sis. I'm telling you, plain Greek yogurt tastes just the same as sour cream. And this is coming from a sour cream girly. Ditch the sour cream. All that fucking dairy and all that fucking fat is just sitting on you. So put you a tablespoon of plain Greek yogurt on there and enjoy dinner, sis. Pretty good, right? And then, we're not done yet. For our late night snack, we're gonna grab a Yiso Greek yogurt ice cream bar. 100 calories, about 5 grams of protein. Listen, you should be full and satisfied at this point. Go to bed. Stop staying up so late. That shit is making you overeat. Make sure you're drinking your water in between to help you stay full. Have you a protein shake, a vegan protein shake, within 30 minutes of your workout. And I can promise you, if you follow this exact plan over the course of the next 2 weeks to 1 month, you will drop a good 8 pounds. I'm telling you. And fat. So
I lost 20 pounds in 3 months without working out. So here's what I eat in a day. I can never eat these politely. Ever.
Girl, you need to stop eating less just because you're in a calorie deficit and start being smarter with what you are eating. All of these meals here come to just over 1,500 calories and over 150 grams of protein. All of these meals here are meal prep friendly, so you can literally make them the night before and then reheat them the next day just to stay within your calories and stay within your macros. Sometimes you do just need to be prepared. So starting with breakfast, so we have got a protein bagel with chicken sausages and egg in here as well. This comes to just over 300 calories and 30 grams of protein. You have got your healthy carbs for energy, you've got your healthy fats, and you have got a lot of protein in this meal to keep you full and help you build those muscles. We seem to be on a roll with Nando's at the moment. So for lunch, we have got Nando's chicken loaded fries. We have got our peri salted chips. We've got chicken on here as well with Nando's sauce. We've got peri nays. It looks and tastes absolutely incredible. The one at Nando's is over 1,000 calories. In this meal here, we have just over 370 calories and over 40 grams of protein. And leading me to dinner time. So we haven't got a boring dinner that we're going to dread. We've got a barbecue chicken pizza. Rather than wasting 2,000 calories on a Domino's, which in my opinion just is not worth it. In this meal here, we've got just over 600 calories, but 55 grams of protein, and it tastes absolutely unbelievable. So we've got a wrap base, we've got our reduced fat cheddar cheese, we've got barbecue chicken with a barbecue base as well. This meal is genuinely 10-10. However, if you know me, you already know that to end the day, we need a sweet treat, always. In these 4 chocolate muffins, we've got just over 200 calories and nearly 30 grams of protein by just using 5 simple ingredients. It tastes unbelievable. Add a little bit of Greek yogurt with it as well, a little bit of berries. It is the perfect meal to end your day with. It's not about eating less to help you lose fat, to help you build muscle. It's about being smart with what you are eating. You can literally eat more food and still lose weight and still help you tone up and get into the best shape of your life. It's just about being smart with what you are putting into your meals.
Here's what I eat in a day that's helped me lose over 20 kg and basically transform my face. Starting off strong with an avocado and egg toast. I love avocados so much, but they pack a lot of calories, so you want to be careful with that. And then I have that with green tea. It doesn't really do much, I just like green tea personally. And then for lunch, I packed 1 cup of oilless jollof rice, sauteed ugu, turkey, and a bit more avocado. This was so filling. I have a recipe of the jollof rice on my page, so you can check that out. And then for dinner, I had some chicken pockets. This one has suffered in my hands. Like, this recipe, I've rinsed and repeated it so many times, but it's really that good. The recipe is also on this page. You just need to scroll down, but I promise you, it's worth the scroll. And then for a little snack in between, I packed some watermelon chunks, but that's really it.
This is my full day of eating in a calorie deficit as a girlie who's lost 8 pounds today. For today's breakfast, I decided to have a bagel thin with chicken chipotle sausages and a lovely runny fried egg. This breakfast was absolutely beautiful, only 314 calories thanks to these chicken sausages. It was definitely a good start to the day. I needed something super quick on my lunch break, so I made this pasta and chicken salad. I added some cucumber, tomato, some mixed lettuce, along with some Chinese chicken and 100 grams of cooked pasta. I then added 50 grams of tzatziki sauce because nobody likes a plain salad. This salad is my absolute favourite. It's gorgeous and it's my go-to every time I need something really easy, quick and filling. I really fancied a fizzy drink today, so I washed this down with a Coke Zero. Sometimes a girl just needs a little bit of fizz in her life. And then finally work was finished and it was dinner time. I decided to make these cornflakes breaded chickens for the first time, and oh my god, they were absolutely beautiful. I paired them with some chips made from red potatoes and some sweet chili sauce. Perfect, low calorie and high protein dinner. I actually could not believe how crispy and gorgeous that chicken was. It was honestly cooked to perfection. I highly recommend it. Follow for more calorie deficit meal ideas. See you soon.
Here's what I'm eating today as someone that's lost 20 pounds and wants to lose 20 more. So I decided to start OMAD. I'm on week 2. So I've been really craving Korean barbecue. So I first decided to make some spring rolls. This filling is just ground chicken with a bunch of different vegetables. These are actually super easy to make. Just dip the rice paper in water, add the filling, roll it up, and then I'm going to pan fry them. Then I made some beef bulgogi, so I just took this beef and marinated it for a few days with some soy sauce, mirin, sesame oil, garlic, ginger, brown sugar, and a pear. Then I just cooked this in a pan with some 0-calorie oil. I'm telling you, using 0-calorie oil saves so many calories. Even though I am on OMAD, I am still watching my calories because it's very easy to overeat, even though you're only eating 1 meal a day. Then I just made this sauce with all the ingredients on the screen. This was so delicious. And then I just put everything together, and I know this looks like a lot of food, but some of this really is just volume eating, and it's so filling. And then I just had me a 0 sugar ginger ale with some cranberry juice, and that was it.
I went from a size 16 to a size 8 doing low carb, and I'm about to cook some low carb meals. Well, actually just 1 meal, but 3 portions of it, since I need to meal prep, because when I don't meal prep, I eat anything. Seasoned some meatballs yesterday, but I was too tired, so I didn't end up cooking it, and I ended up eating yogurt instead. But today it's the weekend, so we must cook. Come with me to the kitchen to make a low carb meal. I actually marinated mine yesterday, so you don't need to do all that. Let me tell you guys a secret. I actually hate making cooking videos. Not hate, but really don't like it, because it takes 3 times longer to make the food. That means it takes 3 times longer for me to eat the food. Here we've got some boiled cauliflower. I always use frozen cauliflower because the hassle of cutting fresh cauliflower into pieces, no bit of me, feels like arm day. When it's frozen, I can just eat it when I want to eat it. Food processor. And whilst I was waiting for it to boil, I had a cup of tea in my Angel Duque cup. And recently, I have been into this tea. Normally I drink green tea, but this biscuit brew, it tastes good. It kind of tastes like malted biscuits, almost. And I have it with a dash of oat milk. I used to be real strict and just have soy milk. If you're being really strict about your keto, don't have oat milk, have soy milk. But sugar-free soy milk or sugar-free almond milk, yeah, that's the best on the market. Yeah, I can afford to have the oat milk, so I have it with oat milk, and I add sugar-free syrup in it. This is the sugar-free syrup I'm currently using. Well, I say currently, but I've been using it for like 2 or 3 years. I use vanilla and I use caramel depending on what I'm drinking. When I have coffee, iced latte, all that type of stuff, I mix it. When I have tea, I just have vanilla. Got some Sainsbury's double cream. I'm just gonna open it and add some in. I don't measure my food. I just do things to eye and to taste. So I've added just a little bit. I'm blend it up now. I have salt and pepper in here as well. Here's the cauliflower mash before it goes in the oven. So this is literally just boiled and blended. Now I'm gonna shove it in the, not shove it, I'm gonna place it in the oven for 25 minutes. I still can't believe this is literally just cauliflower, a little bit of double cream, and then I put cheese on the top to get that texture in. But this is so amazing. Here are my meatballs.
What in a day is a gym girl who's currently on a calorie deficit right now. I'm on a fat loss phase after my bulk, and these are my go-to meals when I'm on a calorie deficit because they're delicious and high volume. I'm currently on a 500 calorie deficit, and I'm trying to eat 180 grams of protein a day. And remember, when you're on a calorie deficit, nothing at the gym changes, so I still have to eat my pre-workout meal, which is high carb. I have a bagel, peanut butter, and honey, and most of your carbs need to be around your training, just so it gives you all the energy that you need, so you can be lift heavy and progressively overload at the gym. And my go-to breakfast is always some protein oats. My favorite protein flavor is the cinnamon cereal flavor. Oh, so delicious. And today I was working from home, and the hardest thing about working from home is not reaching for snacks, so I usually just drink so much water just so I'm not really like hungry in between. Lunch is a tuna pasta salad, and pasta can be quite high calorie if you have like too much of it, so that's why I fill it up with some salad just to have that high volume so it feels like I'm eating. And tuna is such high protein. I usually have like 2 cans of tuna. Apparently you're not meant to have tuna every day, but I do, so tell me if that's bad. And then my go-to favorite dinner of all time at the moment is some chicken breast, sweet potato, and some edamame beans. I recently discovered I love edamame beans because I went to Wagamama's and they give it to you, and I actually love them. Really high in protein and really good for you, so that's going to be like a staple in my dinners now. Because I had that pre-workout meal, I don't actually have any calories left in the evening for my usual dessert or yogurt bowl, but I do have that on non-gym days. But that is why I eat in a 2,000 calorie day, and I hit my 180 grams of protein, so a success to me.
It's not a secret that the key to a successful fat loss journey is a calorie deficit. So let's go through what I eat in a day. One thing about me, once something sticks and works, I'm not going to change it. My first meal must be one of two things. At least hit 30 grams of protein and have greens. Because I feel like once you set the tone for the rest of the day, it all works out. The idea is to keep sugar to a minimum. And because of that, I don't always have enough energy for my workout. So naturally, I always make an exception for my OxyShred. A clean hit of caffeine. And the way I focus in my sessions when I've got this in, yeah. I'm so sorry, protein is expensive. So sometimes I don't get it all in through Whole Foods. So I'll pick up a cheeky little Clear Wave shake and I call it a day.
Are you trying to lose weight? Then don't load your plate with carbs. Do you know you can still eat your carbs and still lose weight? Now let me show you how I portion my rice to lose weight. You can see that is 1 cup cooked rice, 1 cup steamed vegetable, it is oilless, my Titus fish that is not fried, and 1 egg. That is my first meal for the day.
During COVID, I picked up a lot of weight, but I was able to drop 15 kgs by following the 1 meal a day plan. So I ate one main meal a day, and whenever I felt hungry, I would snack on fruits or yogurt and drink lots and lots of water and keep snacks to a minimum. That's what worked for me then. Also, I don't know about you, but I cannot just eat 1 cup of rice. I love rice. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts down below, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.